when we come in here to find out is wild. That's all I can say right now. What up, though?
Hey y'all, hey.
Welcome back to another episode of
Living LaGrande Lyfe. So today's video, y'all, is a little bit different. Things got a little hectic in our journey at this point. If you've been watching up to this point, you know it's kind of crazy, but it gets crazier. At this point, we've gone through multiple failed cycles of IVF, and the doctors recommend that we do something called a mock cycle, also called an ERA. In the ERA, you have to go through the medicine as if you're going to do a transfer. And when the day comes to transfer, instead of transferring an embryo, they biopsy to test the uterus and stuff to see something. I don't know. Anyway, the day before my biopsy is scheduled, I get really, really, really ill.
And they were like, okay, what about the pain? And
I had been sick for quite some time. I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was a dietary issue, and so I'd been trying to change my diet. Well, we get to urgent care the next morning after I had a really rough night, and things get tricky.
So we get to urgent care. Tristan's still in pain. Doctor, after coming in and out of the room a few times, says, congratulations, you guys are pregnant. We look at each other like, what the fuck?
Excuse me?
Huh? No, what? First of all, that was not the way we wanted to find out, if that was the case.
Right.
Second of all, she does palpations on Tristan, and once she touches Tristan's back in a particular place, she said, oh, it's your gallbladder. You need to go to ER now. So we rushed to ER, and in the car, we're just looking at each other in shock, talking, then quiet, because we're like, are we parents? Did they miss something?
Like, how is this possible? Because at this point, it had been about 4 months or so, maybe even more, since we had actually had a transfer that failed. And so we're like, if we're pregnant, we're like 5 months pregnant.
Yeah,
because
it was June, and this happened in November, right?
I believe so. And, you know, when they put the embryo in, you're not on day one of pregnancy. You know what I mean? Like, by the time you find out you're pregnant, you're already 4 weeks or 5 weeks pregnant. When she said we were pregnant, we're like, if we are pregnant, we are like 5 months, almost 6 months pregnant. And I was just like, that's just not possible. And
you get to the emergency room, y'all are going to see some of this coming up here. But basically, they didn't tell us anything. Just a team came in and was like, yeah, so you got to have surgery. Also, you're pregnant. What?
Yeah, they had me do another pregnancy test. So at this point, it's like 4 pregnancy tests, and they're all coming back positive. And we are like, we are not pregnant. I assure you.
She triggered last week with HCG.
So we're trying to like tell them what's happening, but they're not familiar with infertility. So they have to call our IVF clinic, talk to our doctor to explain what's going on. And the doctor has to tell them. Because they think I'm pregnant, they won't touch me. So they bring down an OB from the mommy suite.
Yep.
To come down because they won't touch me because they think I'm pregnant.
So yeah, enjoy some of this.
Yeah.
We're going to have to explain this.
Big my finger.
We're going to have to explain this here. Y'all get this explanation in the car.
And like literally 2 hours later, I mean, I was in tears last night. It hurt. I couldn't sleep because laying down hurts, sitting up hurts, moving, breathing, everything hurts.
It gets aggravated. And
You would test positive for pregnancy, or is they've been kind of doing the hormones and stuff like that?
Just the hormones. I haven't had an actual transfer since June 24th.
Okay.
And I tested negative pregnancy test on July 7th.
Because if your last period was October 29th, you see, that would put you at maybe 2 or so weeks pregnant, which we definitely don't see anything on ultrasound that early.
That's not possible. I'm in a same-sex relationship.
Yeah.
So literally the only way to do it is through IVF.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, we'll see what we see.
Okay.
If you're still okay with doing it.
I'm absolutely okay with doing it because, whatever. People say that my wife was doing all kind of research and they told us like it could have been missed and people still have their periods when they're pregnant and all kind of stuff. So
what number of pregnancy would this be for you?
None. I've had no pregnancies.
I ain't buying it. The way you won't have to sell it to me. Come on in. Hi.
How are you?
I've been better. How are you?
I'm good. Me too. We were general surgery.
Hello.
General, oh Lord Jesus help me.
Ma'am.
Yeah, you came in with a whole team.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just like, sorry. Yeah. So you looking really, really good. They are going to go ahead and admit you just because what was how the process is for us to do the surgery. Okay.
Okay. So, tell me a little bit about So listen.
Sorry.
I know
Oh,
nothing.
I thought you knew something.
We know
My bad.
nothing.
They just did an ultrasound like 15 minutes ago,
Okay.
and she said that somebody would come and tell us what.
Gotcha. Okay.
I got nothing.
So, gallbladder does have stones in it, and it also has some sludge. Okay, and also the gallbladder wall is thickened. So all that means is that it's irritated, it's inflamed. Okay.
Okay.
So we're taking out the gallbladder, not just go. Okay.
Yeah, the gallbladder. Okay.
Okay. And I'm obviously. What does that mean in terms of how my body functions going forward? Obviously the gallbladder is not just a nice to have.
The gallbladder, it also helps you to digest your fatty foods.
Okay.
Okay. So with it, you'll still be able to digest them. You just may have a little bit of a stomach ache now.
And there's no other options, right? We got to remove it.
Yes.
Got you.
Yes,
Okay. Because the doctor that came in earlier was like, well, some people can live with gallbladder stones forever.
Yes.
As long as they just monitor their food.
So that's if, usually they can live with gallstones, but once you start having an attack from it, you'll probably keep having an attack from it.
Okay, so you said she may have the procedure tomorrow or may have it today. Are we doing based on schedule? So
it'll probably most likely be tomorrow.
Okay.
Just because we're on call today and he's fully booked with surgery today. So
Okay.
it'll probably be
And it's not possible to go home today and come back tomorrow for a procedure. She has to be admitted today and stay.
Yeah, because it just makes sense for you to go because we're gonna put her on antibiotics and everything too.
Okay, and then will we find out today what time tomorrow she will have the procedure?
How long is recovery?
From the surgery, about 3 to 4 days.
So I should probably take the rest of the week off.
Yeah.
One last question.
Go ahead.
I'm in the middle of an ERA
cycle.
IVF cycle, and I'm supposed to have a biopsy on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Is that a
Wednesday.
thing?
Oh, tomorrow, like this Wednesday.
This Wednesday, yeah.
Like, because we're doing progesterone, and they're basically testing to see why our cycles have been failing. So I have a biopsy scheduled for Wednesday morning. It's like a quick little outpatient situation, but is that even going to be possible?
If you're out, you if you go home tomorrow evening, yes, it's possible for you to have the. Are you going to have to go under? That's the question.
No, she said that she'll give me like she said she'll probably just give me like local anesthesia.
Okay.
But if
she's doing local anesthesia, yes, you're fine.
She said she might give me Xanax, but
you should be fine.
Okay.
But if you have, it's.
I had a couple more questions. So I assume tomorrow is like outpatient surgery, doing this, and then how long is the procedure?
It's about an hour.
About an hour. Okay.
That's from time in to time out.
Okay.
Like,
getting prepped, getting everything, going through, letting her out, coming to all that. Okay. And do you know in terms of the second ultrasound they did to confirm she's not pregnant? Do you know any results on that?
Okay. I can take a look for you.
Okay.
Because I assume if she was, you wouldn't be doing this. So I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me go check this.
If she shouldn't be, it's just we're going like she said through the ERA. She had to trigger with HCG last Wednesday. So when we went to urgent care today, and she's taking vaginal progesterone, the test came back positive, 2 out of 2. They did the blood work here; it shows pregnant, but again, she triggered with HCG. So
so let me make sure.
Just did another ultrasound, both vaginal and pelvic, and so we just need to know.
You okay?
I'm all right.
All right.
I'm all right. I don't feel great.
No.
But I'm glad that we have answers.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I'm glad
important.
to know I'm not crazy, that something is wrong.
No, something been wrong, for real.
Yeah, something is wrong. So
yeah, I'm glad we got a plan, and it's a quick plan.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. The IV hurts. But, what else?
Yeah.
Thank you, baby. I'm hungry. So hungry, y'all. Let me show y'all what I'm watching on TV. I'm watching a cooking show on TV because that's the closest thing I done had to food in 24 hours. I have not eaten since this time yesterday, and I'm starving. And so I don't know why, but it brought me joy to watch people make food because it made me feel like maybe I'm eating if I watch them make food. I know some of y'all probably think that logic don't make any sense, but that's what I came up with. So that's what we doing. I'm gonna unbend my arm and try to get some rest. So see y'all in a minute.
guys. So it's procedure day. There goes my gallbladder. There's something wrong with it. I'm gonna update y'all when we leave out of post-op or pre-op. I'm sorry. I'm gonna update y'all. You goofy.
Yes. Ain't nothing changed. Putting time.
Around 10:26 is when they started on her this morning. And you're gonna see some of this. I'm probably giving a whole synopsis at this point, but we'll plug it all in or show you guys. But yeah, 10:26 this morning, she had surgery. She was done around 11:15, recovered, and then she just ate for the first time. I'm gonna tell y'all how tired Tristan is. Y'all know she's sensitive to like light when she's sleeping and noise. She is good in sleeping right now while I'm actively talking to y'all. So it's been a rough night as well, even here. I mean, she's gotten to sleep because she didn't sleep for a day and a half before that. But last night, obviously we're in the hospital. So every 2.5 hours, someone is coming in, checking vitals, getting blood, giving meds, antibiotics, just so every about 2.5 hours we were up. Last night really started from when we got in the room about 6 p.m. So every 2.5 hours from 6 p.m. until 9 o'clock this morning when we went down for her surgery. So surgery went well. Everything is good. Your girl is good. Good asleep. I don't wanna go everywhere. I don't wanna go everywhere.
I can do that.
Can you do a subtle?
Mm-hmm. That's when I'm not putting much effort in.
Okay. Well, no effort. You still almost got it to the top.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
What does this do?
whatever it's helping
Helps your
lungs,
lungs
but you're not like
I got some pretty strong lungs.
Yes, you do.
I don't need that.
you cannot run right now. Stop it. I caught that on camera. Acting up. Stop it. Slow down. Had Tristan another gown. She had her booty all out cooking bacon down in the hospital. Out here trying to get some tips on her stroll.
Man, I don't know about you, but every time I pass hand sanitizer, I want to get some.
No, it's a lot of hand sanitizer. Don't do that.
I feel really tempted to get some at every room.
Don't do it.
Where should I go, right?
Let's go right. Why not? Somebody's feeling better. I think she might want to talk to y'all for a second before she get this last good nap in while we still here.
Oh, goodness. Hey, everybody. Why am I singing? I don't know. I just took another dose of pain meds a few minutes ago, a little bit ago, so I'm feeling all right. Well, I'm not necessarily feeling okay just yet. It hasn't kicked in yet. I'm at about a 7 in terms of my pain, but I'm moving around a little bit more today, getting around a little easier. Tasha having to get on me because I'm trying to be too independent, not asking for help, and so it's just a thing that I do. So I'm trying to be better at just asking for help and not trying to do anything too fast, but I feel good. Well, as good as I can, having all these daggone open wounds.
Right.
But they said that I can get discharged here soon, and yay! So we're going home here in a little while, but I'll be in recovery for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, babe?
Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks for a full recovery, and so there's that. I'm excited. I'm excited to go home. I'm excited to shower. I've been getting these little sponge baths for 2 days, and I don't like that. Okay, I don't like that. I need them to go ahead and put some water on me, some soap or something. I had the most amazing nurse the last 2 nights. She was fantastic. But yeah, so she let me actually sleep for 4 hours straight last night. So that was cool.
I am tired and my medicine is kicking in, so I'm about to try to take a little nap real quick. Love y'all. Peace.
So guys, I hope you all enjoyed that. That was literally the first ERA attempt. Over the next 12 months, we would try again and again to do an ERA or mock cycle before we could attempt another transfer cycle.
Yep.
And we failed many times. We won't go into detail here, but if you all are interested, we can do a whole story time.
I will say once we did finish
Yeah.
an ERA cycle, it came out to be
Inconclusive. So we spent a year trying to find out why cycles were failing, only for them to say,
we don't. Boy,
it was a
process.
mess. It was a mess.
See y'all tomorrow.
Bye.